At the time of recording this video, it's just been a little over 72 hours since I watched Peacemaker Season 2 finale. And look, I've loved the show and I've loved the season for its entire run. But that finale? Yeah, not quite what I had in mind. And I blame you, Mr. James Gunn.
You were the chosen one!
And frankly, I'm not the only one. The Peacemaker and DCU subreddits are buzzing. Snyder Bro Facebook pages have found wind in their sails again, and YouTube's just turned into this group therapy for all of us DC fans. So let's talk about that finale and figure out whether it's just a tiny hiccup or a sign of something bigger brewing within the DCU. Now, for those of you who've been following my channel for long enough, you know I'm a big James Gunn fan. And until last week, this guy hadn't set a foot wrong. But as they say, even gods fail. And this is just a mere mortal in Hollywood. Compared to season 1, this season felt more introspective, more heartfelt. Every character felt fully cooked. Every character carried that real depth. And by all means, it was a massive step up. And then came the finale hype. We had Gunn teasing us weekly with statements like, big, massive claims. And if history's taught us anything, it's that we fanboys can dissect a quote like our lives depend on it. And so began the crazy speculation train. And then the finale dropped and reality hit us like a brick to the face. None of it was true. Even the most trustworthy insiders got it wrong. And the result? A season finale that felt ordinary, even underwhelming, and absolutely no big cameo unless we're counting Foxy Shazam or Nelson. And I'm big on rock, but even I hadn't heard of Nelson. And for someone like me, a Marvel brain but a DC Padawan, those future setup hints were real deep cuts. Like right after I was done with the episode, I had to dive into Google and Reddit like a maniac just trying to make sense of whatever happened in that episode. Almost like I was decoding the Da Vinci Code. And listen, I have no shame in admitting I don't know everything. But that whole journey, it kind of made me realize something. The optimist in me says that this is just a tiny road bump, but the cynical realist in me is starting to see some cracks. So, here we go. Now, for those who don't know, James Gunn is supposed to be for DC what Kevin Feige is to Marvel, the architect. But here's the key difference. Kevin Feige does not direct or write any of the Marvel projects. He just guides them. He's just a voice in their ears. Meanwhile, James Gunn has written and directed and currently working on the. So basically, everything in DCU until this point is all James Gunn, which is great for creative control, just not great for sanity. Now, Gunn himself joked in an interview that his wife Jennifer Holland got mad at him for missing Thanksgiving dinner while he was writing Peacemaker Season 2. Maybe it was Christmas. I'm not sure. Dude, listen to your wife. Take a break. Delegate. Focus on the bigger picture. Because by the time we reached the finale, it genuinely felt like the show was just running on fumes. I've heard so many people say this, and I kind of agree with them that episode 7 felt more of a season finale than the season finale itself. Now, Gunn's a fanboy's fanboy, and that's what makes him great. He talks to fans, hosts AMAs, does weekly podcasts, tweets daily, but maybe, just maybe, there is power in scarcity. Look at Kevin Feige. He doesn't do any of that. He appears at Comic Con, T23, maybe CinemaCon, puts on a new hat, drops a few bombs, and then just vanishes like Batman after a smoke bomb. Because the more you talk, the higher the expectations climb, and the harder they crash when things don't land. Gunn hyped Peacemaker 2 to a 200%. So Even if the finale hit 150%, the fans would still feel let down. It's like promising someone a lavish barbecue, but instead serving them frozen snacks out of an air fryer. It's still tasty, but it isn't exactly what was promised. That big cameo blew up in his face. Those direct ties to Man of Tomorrow, so deep, most of the audience, including myself, didn't even know what we were looking at. And not everyone perpetually lives on YouTube doing investigative work. Moments like that can alienate casual viewers, and DC just cannot afford that right now. People have quit franchises for far less, so maybe just tone it down a bit, Jimmy G. Now, here's the thing, you may be the ultimate fanboy, but as a studio head, you've got to zoom out. That finale ending, deep, too deep. I get the sense that Gunn thought, I know this lore, so everyone else knows it too. And see, audiences love feeling smart. They love those I called it moments. So maybe take a breather. Go on a Warner Brothers funded fancy retreat. Cleanse your creative chakras. And then come back fresh and maybe look at this whole thing from the eyes of a casual fan. Now, here's my final take. Everybody slips, even the best ones. And that's okay. James Gunn's streak had to end somewhere. And personally, I'm actually glad it ended with a TV show rather than with that beautiful, glorious Superman movie. But overall, even if it's a stumble, it's okay because I believe good artists often deliver their best work after a stumble. The finale might have been a misfire, but it's also a great wake up call that's come at a great time. Jimmy J, please prioritize and delegate. Be measured with hype and widen the door for new fans. Trust me, as DCU grows, more comics will sell, the conversations will deepen, and your fans will be ready for the deeper lore. But right now, the mission is simple: build awareness, rebuild trust, and make great stories, not just as James Gunn, but as the DCU. Alright, so that's my take, guys. But what about you? Did you love the finale? Did you hate the finale? Or are you still trying to figure out what all of it actually meant? And do you think that this is just a tiny blip, just a minor road bump for DCU? Or do you feel this is pointing to some bigger issues that we may see in the future? Please drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button, share this video with your 11th Street gang, and subscribe to TMB for the latest and the best in superhero and pop culture. Until next time, this is the Millennial Bard signing off.
You were the chosen one!